Hi guys! Get ready for church. Cue music.
Are you ready for this one? Echo Monday. 1, 2, everybody sing!
Okay, I'm going to church. This is what I'm wearing. A little black dress, and then I have these shoes on. I've had these for a while. I like these shoes. And then I'm gonna bring this little sweater. It's just a little black sweater.
This week, do not live with people that do not understand your vision of growth. In the book of Exodus, we see Pharaoh not understanding the growth of the Israelites and turning them into slavery.
It is the nature of a man to be attracted to a woman who hardly have anything on.
Tights and a halter top?
If you dressed in a way, you don't believe that a woman can dress in a way that can lure a man to him?
That's just like saying if a woman puts on a tight dress, she deserves to get raped.
No, that is not saying that. In modesty, when you're dressed modest, you're not half naked. The Bible says that the shame of your nakedness not appear.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on Redeeming Truth. So I am pretty sure that many of you guys have seen the Get Ready With Me to Go to Church challenges on TikTok. And they are just getting more and more out of hand, if you ask me, because the immodest dress codes in the churches today, they're at an all-time high. Women don't dress modestly anymore. Even some of the men do not dress in a proper way. So we're just going to watch a couple of videos and we're going to try our best to give our commentary after the videos.
Hi guys, so this is me dressing to church. This is one of the disadvantages of building muscles because most times your clothes won't even fit.
Wow. She said this is one of the disadvantages of building muscles. So what is this video really about? Is it really about going to church, getting ready with her to go to church? This person says, stop sexualizing us. Yeah, facts. Stop sexualizing us. Stop sexualizing us. And this person says, are you really talking about church or you're showing us something else? Exactly my point. Hence, she said, this is one of the disadvantages of gaining muscle.
Hi guys, so this is me dressing to church. This is one of the disadvantages of building muscles because most times your clothes won't even fit. You keep, trying to buy new clothes. So that's it. And at the end, I came to check if I should put on a waist belt or not. And here, I put on a waist belt and I was checking. Is it okay, waist belt or no waist belt? What do you guys think? And that's it.
So this video is clearly not about church. It has nothing to do with church. And lately I'm seeing a lot of women who claim to be Christians turning themselves into thirst traps, which comes to show that they have a spirit controlling them. Because no true and Bible believing Christian can do this. Right? I mean, if you have discernment, you already know what it is. This is not about church, but this is all about her parading and flaunting her body. So if you really want to understand the real and true intentions of why people make videos, you have to pay close attention, right? Because a lot of women can make it seem as if they're making a video about something, whereas the video is about something totally different.
Hey y'all!
All right, first things first, happy Resurrection Day. Happy Resurrection Sunday. That's what the caption says. And this woman is a Christian. But what did you see when the video started? So her back was faced towards the camera. And she then started the video to say, hey, y'all, why did you have to walk past the camera showing us your behind? See, that is highly disingenuous. I mean, why don't you just start the video with, hey, y'all? Why all the extra stuff?
Hey y'all, let's get into a quick OOTD before I go to church.
So first things first, my dress is from Fashion Nova, and my shoes are these silver Christian loops. And for the accessories of today, I have on my gold Rolex, my gold Cartier bracelets with the mother of pearl Van Cleef bracelet, with my Cartier rings, my diamond earrings, and my Chanel brooch. And the bag of today is my Lady Dior. Into it. Okay, let's go.
I don't know what you guys think about this, but make sure you share your comments in the section below. All right, let's move on. But let me read some of these comments here. All right, so Carol says, the dress is nice, but too tight on the backside. All right, so this is what I thought at first, that the dress was a bit too tight. And I know some people are going to see this differently, but hey, it is what it is. Ladies, please be mindful that you are going to the house of God, not a club. This kind of attention needs to stop in the church. Modesty, please. And this person answered and said, if you think this is a club fit, I don't think you have the right to be judging her outfit. She's covered. And the dress is long and she cannot help that she has got that shape. Let's use our critical thinking. And, you know, going down in these comments, I noticed that a lot of people were not agreeing with what this person was saying, that this dress was not modest. But share your comment in the section below and tell me what you think. All right, so this person also says, it's right there if you're using the eyes properly. She knew what she was doing, also walking in front of that camera like that. And she does it in all her videos. Well, I've never seen some of her videos, but just by seeing this video alone, I can already tell what's what. And like I said, if you don't see what's going on in these videos nowadays, church trends and challenges that people are doing, then you do not have discernment, because a lot of people are pushing a different agenda from the agenda of holiness, according to what the Bible says. But check this out. Check this out. Here's what the Bible says about motives. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 2. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. All right, so in this video, we're going to watch this woman. And I've seen her a couple of times on TikTok. And, you know, she's always encouraging her viewers. She's always positive, and she's just always giving encouraging messages. But the only problem is the dress code. And you will see for yourself that in many of her comment sections, people are just complaining and asking her what actually is her motive behind her dress codes.
This week, do not live with people that do not understand your vision of growth. In the book of Exodus, we see Pharaoh not understanding the growth of the Israelites and turning them into slaves. So this week, look for people that are willing to invest in your vision and your growth. If not, they might slow you down or even stop you. Have a blessed bye.
Oh, I think that dress alone took all the attention that was supposed to go to the sermon. And I highly doubt that a lot of people heard what she said, because it is really tough to focus on the messages. But do share your comments in the section below and let's talk about it. All right, so in this next video, we have this woman who's worshiping in church and praising the Lord. And I'm going to say this again. The messages are always on fire. The worship and the praises are always on fire. But the dress codes, oh my God. I heard a woman say in one of the comments saying that, oh, but it is not, how is it my fault? It is definitely not my fault if you fall into temptation just because of how I'm dressed. Well, I'm telling you that it is, because Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 28, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. So pay attention to the key word. Whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with. The key word here is with. So the man is not committing adultery alone. So if you don't understand and you want to understand better, just think of it like this. How many people does it take to commit adultery? There you have your answer. There you go. It takes 2 people. All right, let's move on.
Fantastic.
You know, not every man can withstand this kind of temptation because we don't have the same level of faith. I do have a question though. I do have a question for the sisters because in this next video, we have this brother who's praising and leading worship in the church. But the way his clothes were so tight, first of all, I was just wondering how he managed to slip into those clothes. Does this muscular look of the brothers in church who like to wear tight clothes have the potential to cause women to stumble? So sisters, please comment down in the section below if this look on the brothers can potentially cause you to stumble, because I am not sure and I cannot speak for every sister. You know, he's in some really tight clothes, but seems like the church has no problem with it. You know, they don't look distracted at all, and they're just worshiping and praising God along with him. So, to all the sisters, share your thoughts in the section below so that we can know how you feel with these types of dress codes. But even for the brothers in church, I still believe in modesty. Modesty is not one-sided. Modesty is not for the women only, but it's also for the men. I mean, you cannot be a brother and sag your pants going to church, showing your underwear, you know. Nor should we as brothers go around with our chest showing, because our chest, our whole body is meant for our wives. All right, so in this last video, we're going to watch an interview that Pastor Jennings did with Foxx radio station a couple of years ago. And you know, this woman who was also interviewing Pastor Jennings started to get a bit irritated, you know, especially if you have watched the whole interview. But if you haven't seen it, it's really interesting. But I will make sure that I put the link to the full interview in my description below so that you can go ahead and watch it. But without any waste of time, let's watch it.
What do your daughters think about what you say about women? Or do they agree with you?
Yes, they do. And they don't agree with me because I'm their father. I believe they should be an independent thinker. But I also don't want my daughters out here walking the street with tights on and a halter just so men can walk around or drive by and bump their horn at them and whistle at them.
So is it their fault or is it the men's fault for sexualizing them?
It is the nature of a man to be attracted to a woman who hardly have anything on.
Tights and a halter top?
Yes. Let's be real.
So then, I'm just trying to think, if I choose to dress today and have on a tights and a halter top, and a man honks at me, it's my fault.
It's the fault of both. If you dressed in a way You don't believe that a woman can dress in a way that can lure a man to him?
That's just like saying if a woman puts on a tight dress, she deserves to get raped.
No,
What?
that is not saying that.
Wow. Notice how she's trying to put words in Pastor Jennings' mouth. And Pastor Jennings certainly did not say that. She's the one who's trying to cook up the whole thing. It's crazy.
Person where they don't deserve to get raped. But at the same time, let me make this example.
Please.
There are some men that drive a very fashionable car and look a certain way. And sometimes that look attracts certain women. There are certain looks that a woman can have on that make her appear that attract certain men. That's just a fact. You go buy a car because you're attracted to the look, even if you don't know the engine, how it works.
But that doesn't mean that it's our fault.
So what's the proper dress for women? I'm just saying from Pastor Jennings.
Well, never mind for me. From a biblical perspective,
Okay.
the biblical term is modesty. And modesty, when you're dressed modest, you're not half naked. The Bible says that the shame of your nakedness not appear.
Say if your daughter says, with 3 of your daughters, they come home and they say, Daddy, they eating straight A's in school. I don't know how old your daughters are. They come
My
home.
oldest daughter is 27. My
Okay.
second one is 25, and my third one is about 20.
I can see you smiling
About.
when she's like 19.
It's hard for me to keep.
Wow.
It's hard for me to keep up with all my numbers.
Exactly. Your daughters come home.
Yes,
they
sir.
say, Daddy, I just got straight A's in college, and I want to go see Rihanna or Beyonce go perform.
Yeah.
Do you give them the money to go to this concert? And you know, sometimes Beyonce and Rihanna are dressed in certain ways that you may not agree with.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I look at our young kids today. They use celebrities as examples. And they feel as though if I don't look like this celebrity, I'm not beautiful. What's wrong with the way God made you? What's wrong with the texture of your hair? What's wrong with the color of your hair? What's wrong with the shape of your lips? What's wrong with the complexion of your skin? You mean to tell me that God, who's all-knowing, who's infallible, and who's perfect in everything he does, he done made a mess in his creation? Beauty is something you don't buy in a carton.
Yes, sir.
Beauty don't come at your house in Amazon. And beauty is not something you go to the store and buy in a jar. Beauty is not only outwardly, but beauty is also the conduct, how we conduct ourselves. So because, and again, on the flip side, you can have a person that go to church and dress modest and everything and be the worst devil walking. So I believe in both. I believe that if an individual going to be in church and represent Christ, I mean represent Christ. Some folks say, well, it's not outward. It's both. It's out and in. And if you look at the Bible actually deals with both, outside and inside.
All right, I'm just going to stop it here. But if you guys want to watch the whole interview, like I said, the link will be in my description below. Right, so I'm just going to close it here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't, make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button. From me, your boy Vega, signing out.